Hi guys, welcome again. Today I will have another two games for you from highly rated arena. Gameplay for 3 players. Just getting into it. Here we have Alexandria. I have the next video that you will see after that will be a guide for 3 player. So Alexandria is rated pretty low. Halicarnassus and Rhodos are obviously better. Halicarnassus probably the best wonder right now, so this looks like a tough game. We'll see how I manage that. I still pick Night Side just because first stage is so good. Normally my plan is to just build the first stage. On this side you can build all the way easier, but this stage, even though it's amazing, it's just too slow, in my opinion, for it to matter. And of course they choose the night side. Here open with double duel. I do tend to take clay pit in this situation. This is also one of the reasons what I like Alexandria Knight a little better, just because clay pit is so good that it actually enables you to build all the way. And why this game is tough? Because I'm worse at green than Halicarnassus and much worse at red than Rhodos, so that looks pretty tough. Here I go Claypool just to have a space to build it really fast and to also hide any important cards. There are also good cards, but I think Claypool is the pick here. Also, just picking both of these have now Monopoly on clay. Not an amazing feat, but pretty good nonetheless. Here there are multiple possibilities. There is Guard Tower to be played. There is Theater. There is Stone Pit. There is Workshop. All of them can be played except Stockade, I think. Two of the cards can also be hidden. I think Stone Pit can be hidden, just to kinda, maybe starve Colossus on stone. And Workshop can be hidden as well, and I decided to bury Workshop just because I will still probably get one of them. And if I let him have everything, seeing that now he has all the grays, I think that puts me in a lot of trouble. So here there are two ways to go about it, I think, maybe three. Trading is a possibility for sure, but I don't think it's very exciting. There is Barracks and there is Buffs. I think I decided to go for Barracks, just to have 2 reds over this guy, and then in the second round try to do something here, like try to prevent him from scoring and score some 3 points myself for the reds. Here I go for Altar, but this is another one where you can choose all the cards. I think this game is very interesting. Lumbers let me get all the reds, but I leave Altar to him. Orvain lets me do this fast, but I think I can pay 2 for this. I don't need so much. And I can still get a Caravanserai. I think Lumber is very interesting, but I decided to go with Altar. Hard to say which one is correct here, I think. And here I get the Guard Tower on last pick. That was to be expected. Very important, Stone Pit was not picked by this guy, which I think is a mistake. Okay, so first hand, and again, possibilities. There are 2. Stables is the first one, Hiding Library is the second one. This hand looks pretty bad to him when you take over this one. I think he is last with playing Stables or Vineyard. Probably Stables, and for that reason I decided to go Stables myself. I just cannot fight him at the moment. But now, I spoiled it. This is a very, very common mistake made by a lot of Rhodos players, so you can learn something. Here, if I hide the quarry, he has almost no chance of building this. The only chance for him to build this is when Halicarnassus builds stone from the discard. Why would Halicarnassus do that? No idea. Like, there is no incentive for him to build a single stone from the discard pile, so I think we are pretty safe. With that hide, and given how much he invested in the resources and how bad his resources still are, I think it's safe to say that I will be second place in this game, which is not bad. So obviously I'm going to hide that. What he should have done is first pick the quarry. That's for sure. Caravanserai would still probably gone back to him as... no, I would pick Caravanserai actually. And that would be very fine for me. I have that, so Caravanserai would be pretty good. But, you know, he got greedy kinda, so that's the punish. Okay, that was a decent pickup by him, but it's worth noting that by sticking that, it's also impossible for him to build walls. The only guy who can build walls right now is Halicarnassus, which doesn't do anything, so I'm actually winning red as well. So here, I took care of Rhodos, I think. Like, when I was playing this game, I was pretty sure that Rhodos is donezo. So there is only one guy left to fight, you know. And even though it might not look like it, Lab can be played by him. Like, he can throw and then build Lab from this hand, and Lab is excellent for him for a couple of reasons. He can try to push for red, and this like enables him to go for red. Dispensary also doesn't like do anything because he normally doesn't build all the way. So I decided to just build the Lab, and I felt kinda like in this GIF by Optimus. So I'm hate drafting both opponents right now, so let's go with the Lab. And that's exactly what happened, as you can see. Like, he was preparing for that probably. And you know, he can, like, if I'm not building that, he is not hiding that. So we need to get rid of this Lab. Here there is not much, so I just vineyard. Here I do sawmill. That's very, very nice for me to pick up. And lastly, I was really debating what I should do, and I'm still not sure. There are three options, I think. There is build press, hide a dispensary, or build dispensary. I thought that building dispensary is too greedy. I don't think I can get a set because this one is 7 points for him. So I discounted that, and I thought that I have too much resources if I build the press. So I decided to hide it. But this game has a lot of options. And I was very happy that he didn't build single stone, but you know, why would he when he has like a 5-pointer? So last era is also very interesting. This hand is not amazing, and I have to like maximize all the hands. I chose Senate just because it's the best card for him from this hand. And as you can see, I wasn't able to build the university. So here again a couple of options. I can steal Observatory, but I think that's too much. There is Palace, there is Magistrate, and there is Decorators, and there is Arena also, because I'm still low on gold and I will need some gold. So there are 4 cards, so I'm sure that I will pick 2 of them. That's great. So I decided to go with the Palace just because it gives the best points, and I was hoping to get Magistrates with some, you know, bonus Decorators is pretty bad for them, so I want to leave that in the pool. This one is also like almost as bad for them, and this one is pretty bad for them. Palace is like the best one for everybody. So I think it's between Magistrates and Palace. Like I can Magistrates and then he Palaces. That might have been a little better, but I just decided to go with Palace myself. So here I go Pantheon, obviously. There are 2 reds left, so that's like this. The red spread was pretty good for me. So that one would have probably been a little better, I would say, but hard to say. So here, trying to maximize the points, I just passed him double red. But I can build one of those reds when it comes back to me, kinda. But at the same time, if I leave him with siege, he might just build it because other stuff is pretty bad to him. But I think from this hand, I should have gone for Haven. This is the hand that I should have gone Haven. I went siege, but I think that's a mistake. But going siege maybe is a little safer, as he probably picks red from that hand. So here I just went. I didn't like fully remembered what was on the last hand. I wasn't fully focused. I should have gone decorators, but I thought I'll just be safe and play arena, as I'm comfortably winning this game, basically. I have 12 points over Kalista and 6 over Fagera, so doesn't matter, like 1 point doesn't change much. And lastly, I do get Town Hall, so that's pretty good. So I guess the siege was actually good because I was left with Town Hall. But I think that they could have, played it the other way around, kind of. He gets the 7-pointer in the end, which is excellent for him. And in the end, I have a huge advantage over them, so both lines were kind of okay. I was pretty proud of that game because, whenever you get dealt Alexandria like this, second place, I think it's a good way. Like, comfortably winning is just amazing. So let's go to the other game, and this one is again pretty tough. As you can see here, we are like the main. Let's just talk about it. Here, Rhodos was just missing 1 stone to dominate me on red, right? Because if he can build his stuff, then he has 2 more. So I'm just toast here with reds. But here he wouldn't have the same problem just because Giza is providing him with the stone. So my idea coming into this game is forget about stone, because they will be building both stones. I can buy it off them, but I don't want to. I'll just do kind of what I did here with the clays, and I will just focus on the clay here. And here is another thing that why this is tough. I don't get a single good card. Like, the best card here is Altar, maybe Trading Post, which is pretty good for me. Like to Giza, but not on this side. Maybe I chose the wrong side, but there is not a single gray card that can lead me to a push in green. There is not a dual card, like a single dual card. So the best card is Altar, and I just decided to grab it. So in the end, the dual is making its way to me with the clay pit. That's excellent for me. But like, I'm not choosing Loom, so I won't be able, and Marketplace is already chosen, so my push for green would be pretty bad. Clay is also on the same hand, so that looks pretty grim as well. That helps with the green push, so I decided to push Scriptorium here, I think. There is a case for lumber also, but you know. And here I decided to do guard tower. In the end, I thought that like my plan into this game was to try to win against this guy, as he's without the duel. I think he made some questionable choices with those. Like those are not the best. And you know, his green push is weak as well. So here I decided to do Ore Vein. I don't want them having all the access to all the grays. I still can surprise them, and here an easy lumberyard. Colossus is looking excellent in this situation, as he should. Whenever you're next to Giza, this is just, you know, a field day for you, because you can build it as early as round 1. So this was pretty tough. I thought that I do not get many options. I just decided to go stables. Like my plan is to just win against this guy. That's like my goal. And I think it's usually hard to achieve because Giza has so many points, and it's hard to play against it when you are after it in the second round. So here I was actually like with this pickup, like I was hoping for archery range to get on my second hand. So he's like buying walls or something. But of course it doesn't happen. So now I know that I'm in trouble, basically. And I was counting the cards and I'm like, okay, lab from this hand, library from the next one, school from the next one. I will just maybe visualize it for you. So lab from this hand, library from the next hand, I know it's coming. School, I've seen it on my first hand, so that would be 3 picks. And then wonder, and I have actually exactly 6 gold. So this cost me 2. And this is also one of the reasons why I really like the A side for Ephesus, the day side, just because clay pit and press make it very easy to buy laboratory in the second round, and clay pit, and press and wood makes it very easy to buy school in the second round. So this is kinda natural. Also, all these resources are good for playing red cards, even more in 4-player games. So I'm actually very much liking this day side. So here, as I said, I'll just try to do my plan. Hopefully they don't disrupt. I do not expect any disruption from Colossus. There is a possibility for a strong disruption from this guy, but you know, he kinda wants me to be in green as well. This is no surprise, like this was expected. This is also pretty good pickup as nobody has Loom right now, so that's a good pickup for him. And there are, you know, point cards that I'm not hiding currently, so they of course would like to pick those as well, and some resources cards. So interrupting my plan would cost them as well. So this is school, and we are just, you know, building 2 wonder stages now. Or are we? There is a courthouse coming, and there is vineyard, which is 8. That's kind of a lot. That's like my wonder stage. That's actually better than my wonder stage because I have to pay 2 for the wonder stage. But building wonder stage gives me a good card in the end with the 3rd stage, so I decide to do it anyway. I think I'm hiding courthouse, but I'm not sure. And that might be a small mistake, but not sure. And again, I could have I could have both of them, but then I would have like a weak card. Just like the best card would be my 1st stage, so I decided to hide it as well. I actually counted all the cards that could be played by me, and are good. And there is Pantheon, Gardens, Senate. I have this 3 from library, so there are 3 out of 5. And Palace is not terrible. This is costing me 6, but it's an 8 pointer, so that's not terrible as well. Town Hall is probably the worst. Cost me 6 and gives me very little. Then there is Arena can be played, but that's like 4 gold for 5 points, so that's not actually played. I could play one of the reds, but I don't really want to in the last round. There is University, there is Lodge, and there is Academy, so there are 3 cards of those. And from the guilds, I wasn't counting much, but there is Scientist that I would like to play. There is Decorators, that could be good for me. And that would be kinda it, I think. Maybe Traders also. So I decided that there is enough cards that I can actually play the Wonder Stage. So here, this looks like a pretty decent spread for me. That's what the first thing that I thought. Magistrate is terrible. Ship Owner is terrible. Gardens turns out it's not that great. I thought I had 2 clay, to be honest. I just spotted that. So there is Senate and University. University is better for me, but Senate is better for them. So I decided to do Senate, and then I have Palace, Gardens, or University, or Arsenal, maybe if the situation presents itself. So I thought it's not that bad. There is one thing, like one very small, tiny, super tiny advantage that Ephesus Day also has. You have 9 gold instead of 8 when you build second stage. That 1 gold sometimes matters. Overall you have 3 less gold, but given how you can skip stone altogether, you know, stones are just slowing you down, I think that it might be in some cases the better side, and I'm very pleased to have to say that and to witness that. It's actually great to have a choice between those sides. So again, Senate here. Oh, sorry, my dishwasher will just sing the song of its people now. So this is very understandable from him. I think this is very weak. So after I saw that, I thought that I'm comfortably, and after I saw Pantheon and that both of those are on one hand, I thought that I'm actually second, and maybe, just maybe, I can start fighting for the first place. So before that, my plan was to pay all the stuff to Knight's Edge, but now, whenever given the opportunity, I will actually pay Evil Tiger, as he's in no contention of winning this game anymore. So here Pantheon, and I will just fall back to one of these, or Siege Workshop if the situation presents itself, but it shouldn't. And that was pretty good as well. Like, I just passed him a red that he can win a fight against this guy. So that makes this card really good to him. And that makes it that I can actually win this game, because Colossus won't be winning red despite playing the Fortification in the last round. One last thing that's super awesome for me is the Scientist Guild. Without this, I probably still don't have a chance against Colossus. But with the Scientist Guilds, there was 50% that Scientist Guild will show up. And like, it doesn't change my plan if it shows up or doesn't. But this could have been also maybe Decorators. That would still give me the win. But I would have Town Hall from this hand, so probably not. So probably has to be Scientist. I can play Scientist, and that's actually a 7-pointer or a 9-pointer. So actually a 9-pointer just because University is coming. Funny thing is that actually, if you have like 4-1, this is 9 points. Like, this is better as a tablet, not that a compass. I got a free Academy, but it didn't matter. They could hate draft me for all I care here. And the last one will be just Wonder Stage. These are tough hands for them as well, because I'm skipping some of the greens, right? So they have less picks. And in the end, this game with duel, but with not much else, and won against a pretty tough opposition. I was also very happy with that. Again, these are good players, you know, the Colossus is in excellent position. But I think what these two games show us is how bad Colossus actually is. Like even in like good scenarios, obviously here like he lost because this guy built double red. Without it, he still wins, right? And I did have some luck with Scientist Guild. But even those like free wins where he has Timberyard, where he has Caravanserai first hand, even those are kind of tough for the Colossus sometimes. And that's something you have to remember. That, you know, it's tough to be Colossus, basically. Colossus is basically like kind of, I call it like a party pooper. I don't know if that's a proper English word or is it a nicer way to say it. It's just like, you know, destroys your red but cannot really win himself a lot of the times. And I do think that it's not a top 3 wonder, let's say that. Let me know what you guys think about those games. I really enjoyed it. Those are like, those good games in free player doesn't happen that often. Sometimes it's just, you know, boring fight for second place, easy wins, or, you know, just no hope. But when these games happen, they are really nice. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this as much as I did, and until later.